Eczema Herpeticum. That's what I've got. Take a good look. Live and direct in your face, in your homes. So, if you saw my last video, I said I had a skin infection. It was a misdiagnosis. On Saturday, broke out with the rash. If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. Went to urgent care, which where I live is where you go if you need urgent care, but it's not emergency. So basically if you're not having a heart attack. So that's where I went. And they said I had a skin infection and sent me home to get antibiotics on IV through home care for 3 days. When I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, which is a few hours after that last video, my face had swollen. My eyes had just become tiny little slits, and definitely my face was puffy. So I went to the emergency room and got assessed by a doctor there who said I had cellulitis, which is just another skin infection. Changed my medication to another antibiotic on IV again for 5 days this time instead of 3. She said there would be some swelling still and it would get worse before it got better. So I went home, and by this time it would have been Monday morning, 7 a.m. we were leaving emergency. By Tuesday morning, I had already received 1 dose of the IV by a home care nurse, and it had gotten so much worse. My face was 3 times the size. I mean, I already have chipmunk cheeks, but it was like a chipmunk had eaten a chipmunk in both cheeks. And my eyes weren't even slits, they were just little indentations. It would be like looking at the top of a bun where they do the little X on the top, and that was basically one of my eyes if I only had one eye, but I have 2 eyes. So she did say there was swelling and that there would be a period where it looked like it was getting worse, but something in my gut told me it wasn't right, and my husband was worried, and I actually was self-conscious about going back to emergency to look like a fool. And I had gone on the internet. I had seen Listen to Me's video about the time she had Eczema Herpeticum, decided to do a little bit of research, and I looked just like the people in the photos. And what I had, I don't know, for some reason it triggered something when Listen to Me mentioned Eczema Herpeticum and she thought she had shingles. I'm gonna put a link back to her channel so you know what I'm talking about. And you know, I was convinced that's what I had, but I was still self-conscious about going back to emergency. Anyways, my husband convinced me that we need to go back because it definitely was probably much worse than what the doctor had said when she meant that it was gonna swell more, because I couldn't see, my eyes were shut. And my face was so red, swollen underneath all the little welts and stuff. But we went back to emergency, and they finally admitted me into the hospital for 2 days. I just got out about 2 hours ago, and saw a specialist, saw a dermatologist who diagnosed me correctly with Eczema Herpeticum. The skin infection diagnoses were wrong. The lesson here is, if you have eczema or any other condition and you go to emergency, you go to a doctor, you go somewhere, and they don't understand your condition, or you just feel like they're not giving you the medical attention that they should be, ask the questions. If you've done research and you know in your gut that their diagnosis is incomplete or wrong, ask questions to rule out other illnesses that have similar symptoms. They can do the extra swab, they can do the extra test. You're already there. It's no skin off their teeth. But it will be a lot more stress on you if you don't ask the questions up front. So please, I beg you, do not go through what I went through from Sunday to basically Tuesday. So Sunday went 3 days where I didn't know what was going on, and I was almost hopeless. And if had my husband not been there, I don't know, I may have stayed home another day waiting for my face to swell even more. So please, if you think that something is off when a doctor tells you something, question it, go get a second opinion. But as you can see, it's scabbing now. I know it looks really ugly, but to me this is great because that means that the scabs are going to drop off soon and I'm going to be beautiful, just beautiful. Well, better anyways. So yeah, if you want to know what this is, it's basically, I had a cold sore 4 days prior to, I think I got bit on Saturday morning, and instead of having the normal reaction that I do to bug bites, which is I just get really itchy or my eczema flares up a bit, because I still had the cold sore virus in my system, I just exacerbated, big word, into Eczema Herpeticum. It's rare, but obviously it can happen. Point in case. So please, I'm in much better spirits, but honestly, I was so upset, much more upset than in my last video. I had the ugly cry with the snot and the tears and the wailing and why God, why me, crying. Yeah, so I don't want that to happen to anyone else, so I hope this helps. Okay.